Now, for many of us, today is the start of our New Year's resolutions and the perfect time to make ourselves fitter, wiser and more successful. But one mental health charity says the classic New Year, New You message can increase anxiety and unhappiness. Well, to discuss this, I'm joined by Mark Rowland from the Mental Health Foundation and by Rasheed Ogunlaru, who is an author and life coach. And you're both here to tell us more. Thank you both very much indeed for joining us. Mark Rowland, the message that New Year's resolutions could actually make you more anxious comes from your organisation. Why are you saying that?
Well, Happy New Year. I mean, I think what we're saying is that the New Year is a sacred time to reflect on the past and consider the hopes for the future. But for many people, the process and ritual around the New Year's resolutions aren't working. And what we're putting the case forward is that they are too externally focused. They're not really focused on what we really need and what we really want, which is, more calm, more peace, and a sense of well-being. And so fundamentally, we're saying that rather than think about New Year's resolutions self-critically, about what do I need to change and leaving the old self behind, let's consider it positively from a place of I'm enough and set themes for the year instead.
Themes for the year, is that something you agree with, Rasheed?
I'd agree with a lot of that. I think the problem with the traditional setting New Year's resolutions is often we're not strategic enough, we're not holistic enough, we don't think about our entire lives, and we don't put in place the steps. I certainly agree with you, Mark, that we need to be focusing about the inner stuff and feeling good about ourselves. Problem is that there's too much pressure on us, got to do this, got to do that, and so therefore people set resolutions that they feel that they should be doing rather than they really want to be doing. And I'd recommend that people set goals for themselves, their relationships and their entire career rather than just one thing, losing weight or what have you, whereas there are other things that are really important to them in their whole life.
But it's precisely because we're not happy with ourselves that we set ourselves resolutions, isn't it? I mean, it's quite hard to think of it in a positive way, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's interesting that what we really treasure, you can't measure. Actually having a greater sense of fulfillment and contentment are things you can't measure, and because they can't, we tend to focus on the things we can, and losing a few pounds or running a bit faster. But this process of reflection, of understanding what makes me tick, what makes my partner tick, and what could I do to manage stress and anxiety better, is really the start of really good and positive mental health, and that's something we all really need to learn.
And it is the case that, according to some polling done by the organisation YouGov, the majority of people do fail to keep their resolutions. They did last year and they probably will do this year. Rasheed, how would you advise people then to go about trying to be happier, which is essentially what it is?
I'd say, first of all, picking up on that, appreciate who you already are. Give yourself credit for what's already in place. We Brits tend to beat ourselves up a lot of the time. And if you are going to set goals, make sure that you're on goals, be strategic, put a plan in place, accept that there's going to be some ups and downs along the way, and measure how you get on. And also, if you're trying to do simple things like getting fit and so on, ask yourself, are you self-motivated, or would you better off joining a class or getting somebody else to help you get the support that you need? But take it easy on yourself and ensure you have a good life balance. It's not all work, work, work.
Are either of you making New Year's resolutions?
Well, yeah, I sat down with my wife last night and decided the theme for my year is going to be openness. And it was based on the insight that when I have a more closed mind, I tend to be more irritable and less calm. So that's my theme for the year.
Rasheed?
It's just about accepting, being grateful for each day that we have.
I think that's cheating myself. But anyway, Rasheed Ogunlaru, Mark Rowland, thank you both very much. Thank you. Let's take